download it. Okay, this one is the multi-parter that I found earlier that I told you about earlier. Cool. So strap in!
All right. I got a new ability, Arm's Length. Creates a barrier nullifying most knockback and draw-in effects. Wow. That's
Big
pretty
strong.
good.
Okay. Am I the asshole? Husband accused me of quote-unquote financial infidelity.
Oh, I think I've read this one.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah. No, continue.
Husband, 33 male, and 33 female is all it says, but I'm assuming they're talking about themselves.
Yeah.
Have been married for 10 years, together since college. Since starting out, we have made financial security a priority and have been able to achieve that, albeit with some good luck along the way. We both have good jobs, paying close to $200K each, which...
That's pretty good.
Ah!
That's pretty good money.
Student loans were paid off within a few years. Both went to state schools with some scholarships, so didn't have a lot of debt to begin with. We live in a house I inherited from my grandmother, no mortgage.
Damn.
And don't have any credit card debt. We maxed out our 401ks and currently have 18 months of expenses in our emergency funds and are still adding to it.
Damn.
Our cars are both paid off and should be good for another 5+ years, and we don't have any credit card debt, which they already said. Cool. We manage our finances in a hybrid manner. Joint accounts for bills and savings and separate accounts for fun money.
Okay.
We get a pretty generous monthly allotment. The fun money is strictly for our individual expenses, like hobbies, clothes, outings with friends, etc., and not for things like date nights, vacation, or larger joint purchases like household appliances and repairs, which come out of our joint account.
Smart.
We also agreed that if either of us gets any bonuses or has any side hustle income, those will go into our individual fun money accounts, unless the funds are needed for a larger expense, such as a major home repair.
Okay.
This sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds pretty well put together.
In terms of the fun money, my husband is much more of a spender than I am due to expensive hobbies, in particular golf and collecting sports memorabilia, and he's also more into designer clothes, which is fine. It's just fun money.
Sure.
On the other hand, my hobbies are a lot less expensive, like running, working out, reading, baking. In general, I'm more introverted, and a great time for me is tea with a friend at one of our homes with homemade pastries. I have also been getting back into gaming lately after setting it aside for much of the past decade while building my career. After realizing I had more than enough in my fun money account, I decided to overhaul my gaming setup and got myself a new PC, desk, and gaming chair.
Hell yeah.
Total cost of about $5,000.
Sounds about right. It's pretty good.
However, upon hearing about the purchase, my husband is furious. He says I had no idea I had saved so much money and that I should have consulted him before spending $5K. I asked what difference it made if it was my own accrued fun money and not our joint funds, and he insisted that my accumulating this amount without telling him was a form of financial infidelity. He says he lost trust in me and doesn't know what else I might be hiding. He's demanding that I return the items I purchased and deposit most of the funds into our joint account. He wants to make a new rule that fun money accounts can't accumulate more than $2K and that any excess goes back into the joint account. A rule that would obviously favor him as a person who spends most of his allotment each month instead of saving up for anything bigger. I feel like I'm being punished for being more of a day-to-day saver than spender. It wouldn't occur to me to demand to know how much my husband has in his fun money account or to try to micromanage what he spends it on. I wasn't hiding anything deliberately. He never asked about it until after I made the purchases. Still, maybe I should have been more transparent about my plans. So, am I the asshole? Miscellaneous info. Husband and I each have our own office/hobby room in the house, so it's not like the gaming setup was going to be in a space he uses. I don't usually game when my husband is home unless he's already busy doing something else. My biggest block of gaming time is typically when he's off playing golf. Also, I run 40 to 50 miles a week, so it's not like I'm generally sedentary. I can't think of a good reason why he would object to me gaming or having a nice gaming setup in my own space in the house.
First of all, clearly there are bigger, more deep-rooted issues at play. But I feel the need to fucking say it again. Just fucking communicate. You know? Like, I get it, they both make a lot of money. But, like, I make good money. And even if I'm going to spend more than, like, 100 or a couple $100, will, like, ask you first. Like, do you think this would be okay? Like, I could get this for either myself or for the both of us.
Yeah, but we also don't both make 200K.
I know, but I feel like even if we both made 200K, if I was going to make a purchase of like 5K, that's a lot still, like regardless. I would probably still like talk with you about it first, or at least like tell you I was thinking about doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just communication. But that being said, she's like already 100% not at all like in the wrong. It was her own like personal money that they've already set aside as their own money to spend on themselves. So like, you do whatever. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I don't see anything that's wrong with that. And I feel like this is a sign of like a bigger characteristic flaw of this person that I think maybe she hasn't like figured out yet or like come to terms with or acknowledged.
So, update. Husband accused me of financial infidelity. My first post about a week ago was here, so this is a week later. Here's the TLDR. Actually, we just read it, so I don't think we really need it right now.
No.
I'll read the end of it. I spent 5K on a new gaming rig and a really nice desk and chair. Husband blew a gasket and accused me of financial infidelity, even though I was operating within what I thought our agreed upon rules by spending my own allocated fund money on hobby stuff. Anyway, here's the update. My husband finally calmed down enough to have a conversation with me. This is really funny. As many others who provided comments suggested, it wasn't really about the money, but a window into larger issues in our relationship. It made me chuckle on the inside when you said that, because I didn't think that when I first read it, but apparently there were a lot of comments that
well, like, they're fucking grown-ass adults that are like really well off. Like, clearly they've got their shit put together. Like, this is a sign of a far bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Essentially, oh wait. Yes, okay. Essentially, my husband has been feeling increasingly unhappy.
Look at this mount.
Hold on. Oh, whoa.
That's fucking awesome.
That's pretty sick.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if it's my vibe, but it's pretty badass.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't rock it either, but it's neat looking.
Think he's compensating?
Wait, let me look at the character model.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they're wearing the Tubi outfit.
Oh my god.
See, you can see the boob window. Yeah. That's hilarious.
But can you see through the boob window?
You can see the back window too. Sorry,
anyway.
I got a little distracted.
It's okay. Essentially, my husband has been feeling increasingly unhappy with me for a while for the following reasons. In general, he feels that he's a lot more committed to his career development than I am to mine. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field, finance, is a lot higher than the one for mine.
Okay, alright, pause it for a second. He's a fucking finance bro. Fuck this dude. Oh my god, sorry. This now explains fucking everything, dude. Oh my god. Wow. He's a fucking finance bro. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Holy
man,
shit.
I love seeing you pick up on shit way earlier than I did. Because for me, this was a slow burn.
He's a fucking finance bro. That's so funny. Well, honestly, I have such a different perspective on it, like hearing it coming from you, because I just like, this is the first time that I'm hearing it. And it's weird how hearing somebody else say something as opposed to reading it yourself, like in quiet, you like things come more naturally because you're having a conversation about it while it's going on.
Yeah.
So things start to get put together really quickly. Also, you maxed out your 401ks, my guy. Fuck off. Like, who cares about what your ceiling is? What, you trying to be the next Jeff Bezos cuck? Shut the fuck up.
That's exactly what I was thinking this whole time. Was
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
You guys are so well off. Like, I don't understand why it bothers you so much that she's not committed to her career as much as you are when you guys have fucking 400k of income between you.
It's 100% because he's a finance bro. No other fucking, like, no other male that makes over that much money would fucking have that sort of a reaction unless they were a part of the 1%.
You think he's starting to indoctrinate her?
Well, okay. Finance bros are weird, right? Because it's in a lot of ways a cult. You wrap in these young men with the concept of making a lot of money, B, a lot of money really fast, and C, continuing to make just as much, if not more money as the years go on.
Yeah.
And so the way that you do that, right, is you keep all of the things that are huge red flags of the industry as far away from them as possible. You know what I mean? When a cult leader is trying to take over a group of people, right, they strip them of all their securities and they give them these promises and they tell them that, like, you can only get to these if you're in this exclusive club and you, like, figure out the stuff that we figure out. The fact of the matter is, nearly every fucking finance bro will, like, file for bankruptcy at some point. Like, they just will. And the reason that they will is because the things that they're taught, the trends that they follow, the things they choose to invest in, and the way that they carry themselves after, like, doing what they think is a fulfilled fucking job is toxic as fuck. And, like, no human beings should have this attitude, fucking period. But, like, but because there's money to be made, and that's the big fucking hotness in this world. There's always going to be there's a plentiful fucking supply of these finance bro pieces of shit. And like, sure, her ceiling isn't that big. 200k is a good ceiling.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like,
absolutely.
You will not have to struggle. Like, 200k a year for the rest of your fucking life, solid.
Yeah.
You're gonna live in security. You're gonna be able to save up and afford the things that you want.
Absolutely.
Your retirement is already fucking taken care of.
And you can pay for childcare.
Yeah. Have as many fucking kids as you want. Like, you're good. You're solid. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's an absolute piece of shit, and she needs to divorce his ass immediately. Like,
okay.
I couldn't imagine. Listen, though, I could not imagine like being married to someone making 200,000 and them claiming I have fucking financial infidelity because, like, I spend money on myself. Like, that is toxic as fuck.
And he spends this money on himself quite frequently, as it seems, because of his hobbies.
Right.
So, you know, it's not his fault, or it's not her fault that he doesn't have 5k saved for himself, specifically for himself, to blow, because everything else is taken care of.
Yep.
You know, it's not like she's having a track record of being financially irresponsible. Everything is already taken care of on the finance side. They have a joint account. They both must know how much is in that account at any given point, and their savings are set. So why not blow 5k if it's just extra cash?
Exactly.
You know?
Yep. And
it gets better. I really hate to cut you off, but there's more to read, a lot more to read, and it everything will.
Okay. I did just want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
This dude is like up to his fucking earlobes in ego. Like I guarantee you, he does not like that his wife is making around the same amount of money as him.
Okay.
He doesn't like it. Go on. Go ahead.
Okay. So, in general, he feels that he's a lot more committed to his career development than I am to mine. It's true that although we currently have about the same income, the ceiling for his field is a lot higher than the one for mine. He's currently in an executive training program, and I'm decidedly not. He's feeling resentful that he's having to work long hours in a high-pressure environment while I get to work primarily at home doing something that is fun and fairly easy for me, and I'm not stretching myself to do more. He's concerned that over time these resentments are going to build and that I'm not going to end up pulling my weight financially if he takes huge leaps in his career and I don't. AKA he won't be able to justify his
spending. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He remarked that since getting back into gaming a few months ago, I have been putting a bit less effort into cooking. I do nearly all the cooking because I work at home and have an easier schedule. So this works for her. It's true that I have been fixing simpler meals, things like grilled chicken salads or chili with cornbread, instead of elaborate meals with fussier foods and several sides.
That's enough.
I know. I feel it in my soul. The woman in me is boiling. This is where the burn started picking up for me.
This is where the heartburn kicked in.
Yeah, from that chili beans. He's also noticed that I haven't been doing the elaborate table settings that I used to, with flowers on the table, fancy placemats, etc. Honestly, I didn't realize he noticed or cared about this, but apparently he does. Acts of service are one of his main love languages, so overall he's feeling a little bit neglected because of this.
Oh my god.
He also feels I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance.
Can you pause it for just a second?
Yes.
I know this dude 100%. Like I feel like I understand this guy to the fucking T. He is like, oh my god. Can you say the last part that you just said so I can like get back to the point that I was trying to make here?
Acts of service?
Yes. Okay. So this dude, 1000% his entire fucking life has had shit fucking opinions. He's on the fucking wrong side of history, and he's using his wife at every fucking opportunity to justify maintaining those. This whole acts of service is his love language thing was literally something she looked into to excuse his misogynistic behavior. Sorry, that's all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's a great point. I mean, like we've already established, they're secure, they're fine.
Right.
But his goal in life is to make as much money as possible. To
shit goal, but whatever.
Be able to fucking enjoy whatever luxuries he wants, and he wants to continue that lifestyle. And if she's not along the ride with him, that does lower the ceiling for how rich he can fucking get. But that doesn't align with her goals. She's comfortable. Just I'll move on. I'll move on.
Okay.
He also feels I'm not putting enough effort into my appearance. Not in terms of weight or body. I'm a long distance runner and slim, but in terms of things like clothes, hair, etc. I just really want to fucking highlight how set up he is. Like, I mean, if she's fit and conventionally attractive already, why should her appearance be this much of an issue, right? It's true that I've never paid much attention to these things, given that I work at home and tech. The standard for appearances is extremely low, and I far exceed that. I tend to buy simple, practical clothes at places like Target and Walmart, don't wear much makeup, and keep my hair in a simple ponytail. I do glam up a lot more for date nights and other dressy occasions, but most days he comes home from work to find me in a t-shirt and yoga pants with no makeup, and he wants me to make more of an effort.
Just when you're in your home?
I know.
Just
I know.
When you're just chilling in your home.
This is the person you're spending your life with. It's not a fucking model that you hired to sit around and look pretty.
Exactly.
It's a place where I deserve to feel comfortable and you deserve to feel comfortable.
And what's fucking despicable is the reason this dude thinks this is because he has work friends that is their life. and they're actually living miserably. But what he's seeing is like, oh well, his wife. Whenever we go over to his house for like a business party, exactly, yeah, he's seeing their fucking their best of reels, and like he's like, well, I need to be aiming for that because I'm making the money and I put in the hustle and blah 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 blah. Fucking soulless piece of trash.
The bottom line is that because of all of these things, he's starting to notice other women, and this is where I got really mad.
Oh my god! Dump his ass! You deserve better. Dump his ass. Oh my god.
Says he hasn't cheated, he's just noticing other people because he's regularly disappointed in me.
Oh my god! What a fucking sociopath. What a fucking Christian Bale-ass American psycho motherfucker.
This is still part 2, baby. We haven't even made it to part 3. Just like JoJo's, this is when we haven't even gotten to the good part yet.
Oh my god.
In particular, given that he works in finance, there are a good number of very career-oriented type A women who manage to have fantastic bodies, be effortlessly polished and glam, and have more interesting hobbies. He also says he feels horrible about all this because
more interesting than video games. That's crazy.
Because he knows that I'm a good person and that he's being judgmental. That it's not so much I've changed as that his own goals and expectations have changed in the past couple of years.
That's
the financial.
Okay. Pause real quick. This is exactly what I was talking about. He is utilizing his wife's benefit of the doubt to fucking continue to be a shit person, but he's manipulating her to like keep her in that place while she's making 200K. Fucking whatever.
He's very good at it, and that's when it's scary.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's Finn Bros.
The financial infidelity part came into it because he feels I'm not really investing in myself and our relationship, thus cheating on our future, in a sense.
Oh my god, cheating on our future.
Your future is now, babe. You got it. You're fine.
You're doing it. You're killing it.
Stop and smell the roses. Enjoy your life, man.
No kidding. Like, play your fucking games on your brand new gaming PC.
The chase can end here. You're fine.
Yeah.
He also says he loves me enough to be honest, and I do believe he isn't trying to be hurtful. I really had to drag this all out of him. That he doesn't want us to drift apart further, that he doesn't want to be angry and resentful, and he knows he is asking for a lot. I know that many on this sub might say I should just tell him to take a hike and call my lawyer, but we've been married for 10 years, have invested a lot in the relationship, and I want to see if the marriage can be saved. So a couple things. First, we did make an appointment with a marriage counselor and start next week. Also, I'm going to try to do at least some of the above. I'm not sure about making myself be more professionally ambitious when I'm already happy with my work-life balance, and we're already very financially comfortable. But I can at least try doing the other things, like returning to spending more time on cooking and decor and fix myself up a bit when he's on the way home from work. Now that I know that they are important to him. I also know that in the end, I may feel like I'm just tiptoeing around and contorting myself to please him, but it won't cost me much, certainly much less than a divorce.
It won't cost you much in the short term.
To try for a month or two and then see how we both feel. And I know I would always regret it if I didn't try. So maybe not the update that you were expecting or hoping for, but that's where things are. And if you folks continue to be interested, I can further update once we have started marriage counseling and once I can feel out how the changes are going. Edit. I need to call it a night, but once again, thank you to everyone for your responses. They were really eye-opening and helped me to see that I do deserve better than the way I'm being treated, and that the expectations my husband is laying out for me are unfair and unrealistic, especially as he isn't doing anything at all to make it easier for me to meet them or show me how he appreciates my efforts and everything I do bring to the table.
Exactly.
I am indeed conditioned to be very people-pleasing, and that is impacting what I think is reasonable here. I have a lot to think about, such as what do I really want here? What is going to make me happy, especially if I have to keep making myself smaller, and metaphorically speaking, and contorting myself to please my husband. Do I really want to be in a marriage under those conditions? I think I'm really selling myself short if I just agree to most of his demands. Still going to do the marriage counseling appointment, but I think I will wait to make any other changes until we can at least get some professional input. To clarify never mind. She gives links to like what her outfits usually look like.
Okay.
They're very like kind of sporty casual.
Okay.
Very plain, but, you know, form-fitting. Further update. Husband accused me of financial infidelity. Hi all.
Third part?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have an additional and probably not very surprising update to my saga. This is how I knew this was going to be good.
Yeah.
Because Reddit gave their input and she expected them to know what was up. I do want to insert this here where she did a TLDR of the second post, and it says husband told me he was actually upset that he feels I'm not professionally ambitious enough because I'm not on the executive track like he is, and that despite my working full time, he wanted me to cook fancier meals, set the table in a more elegant way, and dress up more for dinner. Yes, like a 1950s housewife. Oof.
I fucking called it.
So, the more I thought about it, the more his requests, demands really, were sitting poorly with me. I decided to try a little experiment over the weekend to see what would happen if I tried to meet some of his demands. Not because I actually thought they were reasonable, but because I increasingly had the sense that the goalposts would just keep moving, and that I was playing a losing game. So, Saturday morning, I went to the salon for a glow-up, haircut, fresh highlights, mani-pedi, and then went to the farmer's market to pick up fresh flowers for our table and assorted other gourmet ingredients. Saturday is usually our date night out, but I suggested we stay in so I could make us a special dinner, steakhouse style.
Ooh.
Lobster bits, bread basket with several types of rolls and savory muffins made from scratch, crab stuffed mushrooms, filet mignon, au gratin potatoes, white chocolate mousse topped with raspberries.
Damn!
I wore a lavender sheath dress, his favorite color on me, and high heels and fully done hair and makeup. For all that, I got a lukewarm "thanks, it was tasty" and a kiss on the cheek. Of course, I did all the serving and cleanup. Sunday, we usually go out, but he suggested I make us brunch at home. So I made French press coffee, mimosas with fresh squeezed orange juice, Belgian waffles with a banana foster topping. God, this is like making me want this wife.
Yeah, goddamn.
Eggs scrambled. Watch it. Eggs scrambled with Parmesan and fresh. No, I don't blame you. I'm sorry. Eggs scrambled with Parmesan and fresh herbs from our garden, roasted fingerling potatoes, and maple glazed bacon. I wore a blue sleeveless sundress, wedge sandals. Again, did my hair and makeup. Again, I got a "thanks, it's good," and no help with serving or cleanup. Afterwards, I asked if this is what he had in mind when he critiqued me before. He said that it was a start, but I was, quote-unquote, acting very entitled for wanting credit for basic adulting.
Dude! Oh my god. I couldn't have imagined him becoming more unlikable to me. I'm gonna pass out.
Alexa, played Goodbye Earl by Gypsy Chicks.
Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, divorce his ass. Divorce his ass. You had your chance, motherfucker, and you squandered it. You literally had it all, and it wasn't enough.
He then dropped the bomb that he was being so hard on me because he had realized lately I had a lot to make up for due to my being a quote-unquote low-value woman.
Oh my lord.
I asked what on earth he meant by that, and he said it was because I wasn't a virgin when we met.
Oh,
what?
This motherfucker's been harboring this shit for years, and it's hilarious. Legitimately, like, this motherfucker, if she were to get pregnant and they didn't want the baby, he would like force her to keep it, and then she would go under like some very serious circumstances where they're like, you need to have an abortion or you will die, and he will be like, we can't kill my baby.
Yeah.
Fucking psychopath. Psychopath. Oh my god.
Keep in mind, we started dating at 21. Neither of us claimed to be virgins or stated that as an expectation. except for very religious people, neither of us is. I don't think most 21-year-old college students are virgins. I was upfront with him then that I'd had 2 previous partners. My high school boyfriend, we went our separate ways when we went to different colleges and in different parts of the country. And another boyfriend I'd had my first year of college, and that's it. Both committed relationships and nothing casual. He then went on to say that because of my low value, I was going to need to be making it up to him for the rest of my life. That I didn't deserve monogamy or equal treatment, and that I was lucky that anyone at all wanted to marry me. And that he's connected with someone from work. So if I wanted to keep him, I better step up.
This is fake. This has to be fake. There's no way. I refuse to believe that, like, a person of this dog shit caliber exists. This has to be, like, fake. I hope to God.
Know. Well, you know, there's a lot of cases of, like, abuse, psychological or physical, where they don't start until after they've really started their life, after they've been married or after they have kids. It starts happening.
This is too much, though. Like, my guy does not realize, like, how fucking blessed he is to be in the position that he's in. God.
I told him it didn't sound like there was anything to keep if he no longer loved me or even liked or respected me. Told him to leave, and he said he would gladly go to his girlfriend's place. I know so many people here insisted he was having an affair, and I just didn't want to see it, that his quote-unquote complaints were really all a part of a campaign to distance himself from me.
Yeah.
I feel so foolish for just thinking he was going through a stressful time at work, or that he genuinely wanted to work on our marriage. Anyway, I've taken the week off from work to get my head together, have an appointment with a lawyer tomorrow, canceled the marriage counseling appointment, but got a referral to an individual therapist who can do an intake session with me later in the week.
Smart.
He and the girlfriend, apparently, are coming up this evening to get more of his clothes and things, so I have to brace myself for that. Also, please be assured that I do not think I am low value in any way. I let my husband make me think less of myself on some levels for a short time, but now I see it was truly a him problem. Obviously, we don't share the same goals and values, and he has become someone I don't recognize. I know the divorce won't be fun or easy, but I will be okay. Thank you all for helping me see that I was being played before I wasted too much time in a marriage that was already over.
Yep. Good for you. 10 years, that is rough, but you know what? It's better than 30 years. It's better than your entire fucking life. Wow. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's why he was an absolute piece of human dog shit. He was literally just trying to, like, find a way out because he was cheating on her.
But he already had a back door by the time this fucking conversation ever happened.
Right, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needed to get out. Because he was like, yeah, I'm just not in love with you anymore. And that was his problem. Like,
but he was going to continue to benefit from every fucking benefit that she had to offer.
Yeah. I'm sure he, like, didn't even feel the way that he said a lot of the time. I have a feeling that, like, he just made some of that shit up to try to get them to just go through with a divorce.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
But because he didn't, you know, it didn't work, he ended up just being like, okay, well, I do have a girlfriend, by the way, so bye, bitch.
Right. Exactly.
Because he, like, promised in the first part that he had not cheated or anything.
Homie was projecting the whole time. That's crazy. I was gonna say one more thing. God, I don't remember. It left my soul.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyways, yeah, it was. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna name any specific people, but I definitely was in a relationship that kind of ended like that. Not in the terms of, like, you know, she had another boyfriend lined up or anything. I don't know. Maybe that was the case. I didn't stick around to see that part. But being with somebody that like doesn't know how to like have a difficult conversation, that's exactly why he did the things that he did. It was just easier for him to avoid the blame or avoid having to like have this like difficult conversation. It was more easy for him to just manipulate the situation and like force things to end by just continually being a piece of shit person.
Yeah, it's basically like how instead of firing you, jobs will just give you less shifts or like slowly just stop.
Right. Stop giving you shifts until you quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Or like just kind of not give you any like other opportunities, or just like basically put a brick on your head, keep you down where you are.
Right. Yeah, I was in a breakup that was like that. I mean, granted, like, we were young, but it sure taught me some lessons. Particularly about, like, you know, the weight of value that I put on communication. And, like, being able to have a difficult conversation is very big and very important.
I do want to mention the top comment because it says, I know this is going to be rough, but I'm not going to say I'm sorry you're dealing with this because I'm on the other side of almost the exact same thing, and I promise you life after getting rid of this man is going to be amazing. You're going to realize how much of your effort this leech was stealing from you, and it's going to feel like this weight's been lifted. The only regret you will have is that you didn't do it earlier.
Yep.
She responded yeah, although it's been a rude shock, I'm actually glad things came to a head so quickly instead of getting dragged out. I'm glad he fessed up, in a sense anyway, before we actually started investing in marriage counseling. It's only been a couple of days since the big revelation and his departure, but I've already realized how soul-sucking the marriage had become and how much better off I am.
I mean, like, look at all the work that she had to put in for somebody else, and now that she like doesn't have to do that, she can do that for herself. And that's fucking awesome. Like, good for her.
Yeah.